Hi guys, haven't done one of these for a little while, so this is harvesting Lipo batteries and magnets from, what do we call it nowadays? Street Lipos? Street Lithium. I can't remember. Big Clive came up with a good name for it. These are ones that I've collected over the, I don't know, last few months, I suppose. I like these because they've got a reasonable size battery in them. Those have got a good size battery in them. I'm not sure of them. I'm not even sure what this one is. Looks like RANIM. Can we see that at all? Probably not. Do you want a shadow on it or a shadow off it? RAMAM VASE, vase rather than vape. Strawberry mango. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen one of them before. Let's see if we can get that apart. Crystal, we've had them apart before. Those Hayati Max Pro, definitely had those apart before. Hayati Pro Ultra, Blue Raz Cherry. Clearly that one's got a light rechargeable bit on it. And that one isn't. And that one isn't. And that one definitely isn't. And then we've also got a couple of these mouthpieces, end caps or whatever, that I collect because they have magnets in the bottom of them. Because I collect the magnets. There you are. And they're handy to have. And these have picked up all sorts of muck. There you go, that's shining up a bit. I will wash my hands afterwards. I could put gloves on. I'm not going to. Let's do the easy one first. In fact, this one's already coming apart from the looks of it. Okay. Oh, this is another one of those ones that's got two cells in it, or two thingies. So does that pull out and turn around? Yeah. Okay. So you've got double the capacity in it because they're using two separate cells to get around the regulations. And I believe any minute now these are going to become illegal anyway. That's not a very big battery in there, is it? Nice little circuit board. What's holding it in place? So we've got LED display again. Right, favorite tool. Get it under there to help it come out. There we are. So we have a circuit board with an LCD display. ToyHacker did a video of reusing one of these displays, made his own little circuit to actually access the LCD screen or LED screen, whichever it is. I'll put a link in the video description to that if I remember. Battery, can we see that? 17350, so that's 17 millimeters diameter, 35 millimeters long, 3.15 watt hours, 3.7 volts. I'll just say that again, 17 millimeters diameter, 35 millimeters long, and then the O at the end indicates that it's a cylindrical battery rather than a flat one, rectangular one. If it was a rectangular one, then instead of being a 0 at the end, there'd be two numbers for the thickness, or in some order of that sort. Well, we got the voltmeter there. We'll just have a look, see if we've actually got anything on this one. Three 3.48 volts. So that's probably worth keeping. The way that one's rigged up, those brass pins there feed one of the heater elements, and those brass pins feed the other heater element. That little cylindrical item there is the sensor that tells when you're sucking through it. When you start sucking, that detects it and switches on the power to go through to the heater elements. And it's got a bit of a timer effect on there. It won't let you power it for more than about 10 seconds. Looking at this, it looks like they've actually covered it with resin or something to waterproof it, which is another nice touch. That's a nice little circuit board, that. So we'll save that, and the rest of it can go in the bin. Next on the list, we'll have a look at this one. Okay, there's our sensor. This was the crystal bar. All I'm interested in is the battery. We don't need the heater element and the rest of it. So we'll nip them off. It's a good idea not to try and cut both wires at the same time, because you could potentially be shorting out the battery. Actually, those two wires won't short it out, because that's the heater element wire, and that's only got power in it when you're sucking through the sensor. So I can't think of a use for a bit of plastic, and that feels like it might be a metal tube. If you pull it all the way out, you can see the other end of that's the bit that has the liquid in it. So that can go in there. And the battery can go in my stock. We'll save that one till last. Okay, this one should have a slightly bigger battery in it, if we can get it out. So there's the sensor again. Heater elements down in there. See if we can push it out. Yeah. Again, nice little metal tube if you can think of something useful to do with it. Heater element there. A reasonable size battery. Are we going to be able to see what's written on it? Yes. Okay. So this one is a 21 350, so 21 millimeters thick, 35 millimeters long, and an O indicating it's a cylindrical battery. I'm just looking there. I don't know if there's a little circuit board in there for battery protection. Can't quite tell. Then heater element down there. which we don't want. Okay. Again, if you're worried, potentially these wires could touch together and short things out. Oh, let's have a little look what voltage is in this one at the moment. 3.73, that's in good condition. But just to make people happy, I'll just nip them off anyway. Again, if you chuck it in a metal container, potentially you could short it out on the metal container if you really tried hard. Right, this one. Well, there's only one way in from the looks of it. I suppose we could peel that off, but I don't think it's worth it. That came off easily enough. That looks liquidy in there. I'll go and get a bit of tissue. I did wonder whether this was one of those medicinal herb ones, but I don't think it is. Not if it says strawberry and mango on it. So, let's have a look. That's a reasonable sized battery in there. There's our heater element. Yeah, you see it's leaking. There. Got it on my fingers, even though I'm trying not to. This is where it would be a good idea to wear gloves. So that lot can go in the bin. Just go and wash my hands quickly. I'll just give that a good wipe before we... Right, back in a minute. So, just have a look, see if this has got anything in it. .73, so that one's in good condition as well. And keep that bit of tissue handy just in case we need it again, because all we've got left is these two. And we'll just wipe the dirt off it so we can actually see the magnet shining. Because that does mean my hands have just gone on the bit that goes in people's mouths. Never mind. Right, now I have found that if I crush it that way, they come out. I did all sorts of ways of trying to get these out, struggled, and that works fine. The neodymium magnets I use them for things like pulse motors and anything else that I want to put a little magnet on. So here we go, 4 little neodymium magnets. I don't know, what do you think they are? About 8 millimeters long, I'm guessing. Maybe 8 and maybe 2 millimeters thick, rectangular. Maybe not perfectly square. Section might be 1.5 by 2. Just guessing. That's my little collection of them. Or at least these are the spares that I haven't made use of yet. And that'll do. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.